Hey everybody, it's Mo with Kilson Street. Just wanted to show you guys something cool I got the other day at the flea market in Tustin, California. This is an Audiotronics portable turntable. It's a pretty cool little turntable. I guess you can kind of compare it, if you're familiar with turntables like this, to a Crosley. I just think it's really neat. It's something that you really don't see today. It's built pretty tough, pretty sturdy. This is made in the USA, North Hollywood. It has, as you can see, it has its own little shock system. But I got it. It works decently. The problem with it, it's not really a big problem. It gets really staticky when I touch the volume knob and move it around. I have worked on turntables, and I have brought them back from the dead. I've bought 3 turntables so far, and I've got them for people who didn't know what they're looking at, and so they managed to find out what's wrong with it. This might be a little different because it has actual power amp in it, electronics, and I'm not gonna say I'm an expert at it, but we're not gonna mess with any of that stuff because it seems, like I said, to be working fine. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to hopefully get that little cracking noise out. It's really simple. It's just simple maintenance stuff you can do at home. You have the treble here, which also doubles as a power switch. So this will power it on. The bass, again, this has a power amp. It has speaker in it. It has the mechanism to turn this, so it's a little more than just a turntable. So again, treble, when you turn it on, you put it to normal. You could reduce the treble here too, all the way down. You can bring it all the way up. Bass, same thing. So there's a volume knob too. Cool thing too, also has a headset, an auxiliary input, and input for a microphone if you feel inclined to sing along the songs or something. This is fairly easy to take apart. It only has 5 screws. They're right here on the sides. I don't know if you can see it in the video, I can't tell. You just need a Phillips head. You get a drill or a screwdriver, simple. So I'm gonna open this up. Just try to be careful when you're doing it because you might break something. I hope I don't break anything. There we go. So I'm gonna put a cord or anything. This thing is pretty clean inside. It's always a good sign. It's a key thing here to be as careful as you can, because you might rip an old cord out or mess with something and kind of screwed. This, as you can see, has pots here for the volume is down here. The bass and the treble is here. So what you do is you take some deoxit. This isn't an advertisement for deoxit. You can take any contact cleaner, and you're gonna spray it in here into these pots. There's little holes in here. Your contact cleaner will have a really thin straw-looking thing, kind of like a coffee straw, and you just blast it in there in these pots, these little holes. And so what happens with a lot of these old electronics with pots like this, take the deoxit, you put it in there, and it kind of takes apart all the gunk in there from years of just probably sitting here. I don't know how long this turntable's been sitting, but it takes out all the gunk in there and it gives it a little bit more lubrication and helps with problems with noise. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so here's the new angle, but there's a really cool electronic diagram if you're into that stuff, and if you really want to get into this, how exactly this works, it's in here. Not a lot of electronics nowadays, at least not that I know of, include any of this information at all. It's just, I've noticed a lot of manuals back in the day will have electrical diagram. Of course, they always tell you to take it to a professional and all that stuff. But what we're doing here today is just simple stuff without having to, mess with any of these electronics in here. They seem to be working. So here we go. We have we're gonna clean these pots here, which is the volume, power, and all that stuff, treble and bass. I have my contact cleaner here. So what you do is you aim right in these little holes. I don't know if you barely see them. You want to twist it around a few times, actually. So I'm gonna shut this up and we're gonna test it out and see if it still makes a noise. All right, so we went ahead and we cleaned the pots on all of these, so we're gonna see if our problem was fixed. If it doesn't, then you just gotta do it again. These things, again, these are old machines, old electronics. It might take a few times for you to get it just right. But these old turntables, these old electronics, they can last a very long time. Proper care, proper maintenance, you can have this for another 50 years. So yeah, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna test it out with a record so you could hear it on, and we'll see if our little crunchy noise went away. Yeah, it's still there, but I didn't take a video of it earlier, but it was really bad. This is way better, actually. That was way better. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it one more time. This is yeah, way better. Let's hear it. I'll make sure the volume's low. Bear with me, this is my first video even showing anything like this. We normally don't do tutorials on how to fix electronics. We were usually presenting bands. So in the time of COVID, we're not doing that. So it's kind of hard to have a band in the garage. But in the time since our last episode was filmed in August, I've taken a little bit of a hobby of, getting old electronics and kind of not so much refurbishing them, but just cleaning them up and seeing what's wrong with them and seeing if I can fix them myself. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. People are really knowledgeable. This is where I think the internet is a really good thing. There's lots of good knowledge out there on how to fix this stuff. I'm not I don't know it all. I learned from others. And yeah, you can find a lot of good information on how to fix your electronics, your old electronics. I haven't really looked into anything modern, but I've fixed things from before the 80s. Just turntables. This isn't. This isn't so much a fix rather than, again, just maintenance. Just taking care of your electronics. It's really important. If you really want to have a great listening experience and enjoy your stuff for years to come, this is stuff you got to do. I'm gonna assume maybe like in a year or two, maybe same thing might happen again. Might get the noise again and just go back in there and clean it up. But yeah, maybe not for a longer time. So we'll see what's up. So just stay tuned if you want to just follow along on my little journey here to bring this thing back up to speed, up to like new, or at least good use condition. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.